Drew Carney is with us this morning. He is live in Northwest Portland getting in some early morning yoga. He is posing for the camera, getting ready to go. Early here, there he is on a Friday morning. It's 5:12. We'll be right back. Coming up on Sunrise this morning, Drew Carney's out and about. He is stretching this morning for a very good cause.
He is. He's doing yoga at Castaway Portland in Northwest. Hey, Drew.
Hey there, Brenda. Hey there, Russ. We're not just talking about a little yoga this morning. We're talking about 24 consecutive hours of yoga. They call the event Stretch for Survivors, and you can still participate. We'll have all the details on this terrific fundraiser for breast cancer survivors next on News Channel 8 at Sunrise.
It's time to go out and about this morning here on a Friday, and today we're talking about yoga to benefit a very good cause.
And Drew Carney is live in Northwest Portland to explain how it all works. Good morning, Drew.
Good morning, Brenda. Good morning, Russ. We are in Northwest Portland, right on the edge of the Pearl District at a venue known as Castaway Portland, and this will be the setting of next weekend's second annual Stretch for Survivors event. We're talking about 24 consecutive hours of yoga. It starts at noon next Saturday, the 13th, running until noon on Sunday, the 14th. It's all a fundraiser for a local nonprofit organization known as Pink Lemonade Project. They support local breast cancer survivors. We're going to have more on their story coming up here as the morning progresses. But first, I want to walk over here amongst the yogis and introduce you to one Tanya Priestley. She's the founder of Stretch for Survivors. I should point out off the bat, we're not asking anyone to do 24 hours of yoga in a row. They have a series of 1-hour classes starting at noon next Saturday, so you can just take one class and be a participant in Stretch for Survivors. Why yoga though, Tanya? I know there's a reason beyond just the fact that you like yoga.
Yes. Yoga has lots of benefits, but especially for somebody that's been touched by the disease of breast cancer. Yoga is all about the mind-body connection, and it's about quieting the brain. It's about being present, listening to your body, and most importantly, just honoring yourself without judgment. So,
Tanya, speaking from experience, not only the founder of this terrific event, again, Stretch for Survivors, next weekend here at Castaway, but she's also a breast cancer survivor herself. Yes. So, Tanya, thank you for being here. I have to go back to my mat. The crew is expecting me to do some yoga this morning, and yoga I will do. Yoga I will do. Yes. Like you. Coming up in about 15 minutes. Guys, back to you for now.
We'll check in soon. Thank you.
And Drew Carney is winding it down for a Friday with a little bit of yoga in Northwest Portland.
Downward facing dog, Warrior 1, Warrior 2. It's all part of my repertoire this morning, Russ and Brenda. We are getting ready for what's known as Stretch for Survivors. It's a big event, 24 hours consecutive of yoga, and it's happening next weekend. Details on how you can participate in this amazing fundraiser for a local charity next on News Channel 8 at Sunrise.
It's 5:46 this morning. Drew Carney is out stretching for a good cause.
He's live in Northwest Portland talking about a big fundraiser involving yoga. Drew.
Russ and Brenda, I should state here that the next host of the Out and About segment, I don't even know if that's the right title for what I do, host, but let's just say the next host of this segment should be able to do two things at once, because I cannot. I cannot talk to you and do yoga at the same time. My mind will not work independently of my body. So if I'm doing yoga, I can't speak. If I'm speaking, I can't do yoga. You do the yoga for me now, okay? You don't stop that. I will continue some of this and explain why we are at Castaway in Northwest Portland this morning. Castaway is hosting Stretch for Survivors, the second round. It's the second year they've held this fundraiser. Now for Pink Lemonade Project, a local nonprofit organization that supports breast cancer survivors in our area. The fundraiser works like this. It's 24 hours consecutive of yoga next weekend right here, noon Saturday the 13th until noon Saturday or Sunday the 14th. No one is required to do 24 hours straight yoga. They have a series of classes, 1 hour long, so you can take any one of the 24 yoga classes being held here next weekend, and by signing up, you are supporting, again, Pink Lemonade Project. I need my yoga instructor this morning. Jill, Can we get the class kind of going this morning without you?
Yeah, we're just going to keep going, right leg rises.
She is Jill Nouse. Jill, come on up here front and center. Jill is actually going to be leading the first class during Stretch for Survivors next weekend. We call it, don't tell me, Sweet Flowing Vinyasa.
Sweet Flowing Vinyasa.
Sounds like a drink. I'd like to have some of that. What does that mean, Sweet Flowing Vinyasa?
Well, Vinyasa flow yoga is a breath and posture linked flow. So we're going to have live music and make it a very dancing kind of yoga for the day. So
I should be doing something like she's doing here. Can you get me up to speed on this movement? Where do I need to jump in here?
Absolutely. So step your left foot to the top of the mat, right foot back to the mat.
Okay.
Bend into your left knee.
Okay.
And a tip forward.
Yes.
On an inhale, tip it back. Keep the left knee bent. Tip it back and reach up and back.
Okay.
Good.
Forget about what they're doing now. I don't even want to keep up. Just get me on. What is this called? This move.
This is called reverse warrior. So you're going to bend into this left knee. Good. Get a side body stretch. Open out. Looks awesome, Drew.
It does, because in my mind,
looks good.
In my mind,
how does it feel?
In my mind, it looks perfect.
It looks perfect.
Sir, nod if you agree. This looks perfect. He agrees. Russ and Brenda, we're out of time. Again, look, I can't do that. I can't keep moving and talk. I am stuck in this position when I'm broadcasting.
Oh my goodness.
Russ and Brenda, more yoga coming up next hour and more details on this terrific organization known as Pink Lemonade Project. Back to you.
I don't know.
Perfect.
I don't know a lot about yoga, but I do know that it's calming and
Yeah.
is someone yelling in the studio while you're trying to do it?
Drew is the odd man out in
Not
that
a good
class. Thank you, sir.
And Drew Carney's live. He's out in Northwest Portland this morning. He is hanging out at a yoga studio.
Looking for balance this morning, guys. We are doing 2 hours of yoga this morning in preparation for 24 hours of yoga next weekend. A fundraiser for local breast cancer survivors. They call it Stretch for Survivors. We'll have more details on how you can participate this hour on News Channel 8 at Sunrise.
It's 6:25. Time to go out and about now this morning with Drew Carney. He's talking about yoga to benefit a good cause.
Yes, he is in Northwest Portland to explain how all this works. How you doing? He's been stretching now for almost 2 hours.
Well, I'm doing great this very second because I stand in front of you very comfortably this morning. I am letting the yogis do the yoga this morning. Man, what a packed house we have here at Castaway, Portland, just outside the Pearl District. This will be the site of next weekend's Stretch for Survivors event. It's 24 hours consecutive of yoga. No one is expected to do 24 hours of yoga. They have a series of 1-hour classes for 24 straight hours next Saturday, the 13th, through noon on Sunday the 14th. So 24 classes of yoga, any one of which you can participate in. It's going to be a great fundraiser for a local organization known as Pink Lemonade Project. They support local breast cancer survivors in many ways. We'll have more on them coming up in about 18 minutes. Among those classes next weekend, those 24 yoga classes, one for kids and their families. And look, we even have some young kids. Can we see the kids back there, camera Steve? I believe we can. Supporting the kids class next weekend during Stretch for Survivors. One more pose in this segment, Russ and Brenda, and we come back with more yoga in support of Stretch for Survivors and local breast cancer survivors in 15 minutes on News Channel 8 at Sunrise.
Sounds great, Drew. Thank you. And at 6:42, got to check back with Drew Carney. He's been doing yoga this morning in Northwest Portland.
Yes, look at this. It's amazing what your body will do for you when you are supporting a worthy cause. Stacked up this morning, all stacked up, stretching and surviving. Stretch for Survivors is a 24-hour yoga event happening next weekend. You can participate and support local breast cancer survivors while you're doing so. Can we hold this pose for about 2 more minutes, gang? Because we have more coming up next, right here on News Channel 8 at Sunrise. I can go for a few more.
It's 6:47. Drew Carney is learning a little bit about yoga this morning, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. He's in Northwest Portland talking about a big fundraiser. Drew?
Yes, Russ and Brenda, the two of you and I know when we're on TV. People watching at home know when we're on TV, but these people aren't exactly sure when we're on TV and when we're not. Like this woman right here has no idea when exactly thousands of viewers at home are watching her doing yoga this morning. That time is now, young lady. Don't stop. Keep doing the yoga this morning. Next weekend, they will do 24 hours of yoga right here at Castaway, Portland, just outside Portland's Pearl District. 24 hours of yoga. Now, no one's expected to do 24 straight hours of yoga. They have a series of 24 one-hour yoga classes happening between noon on Saturday and noon on Sunday next weekend, all in support of a local organization known as Pink Lemonade Project. They support local breast cancer survivors like Jory Walker. Jory, I've been mentioning Pink Lemonade Project all morning long. The fact that they support local breast cancer survivors. You, as a survivor, can tell me how exactly they do that. Go.
Okay, so Manuka retreats. They do 2 a year, couples and singles. It changed my life. It was a complete game changer for me. It's done by a professional psychiatrist who helps guide us through our journey through cancer, and it was a time in my life when I literally fell off a cliff, and I needed that support, and Pink Lemonade was here for me to give me that support. Changed my life. That's all I can say.
I know from what I've read and what I've heard from survivors like yourself that this organization deserves more than just 2 minutes. That's all the time we have right now.
I know.
PinkLemonadeProject.org, though, for more information. If you are a survivor, if you know a survivor, they will benefit from this group. You can support it again next week in doing the yoga, and yoga has helped you, right, Jory?
Full range of motion.
With 6 surgeries, has it been?
6 surgeries on my left side.
We're out of time. I want more time. I want more yoga. You want more yoga. Guys, back to you.
Those are great stories,
Yes.
Drew. Thank you so much.